I was talking about these standard ways that the standard medical community evaluates cardiovascular plaque. If you'd like to order your own labs and save some money, try our partnership with David Wright and myhealthplan.io. The first one is, how are you doing today, Mr. Jones? How old are you? What gender are you? Do you smoke? Do you have high blood pressure? These are all the doctor's internal version of a thing called Framingham. And I go into detail on it in the book. Framingham is a town about an hour away from Harvard in Boston. It is by far the biggest database location of studies associated with cardiovascular disease. There have in fact been 5 cohorts. What's a cohort? That's a term that came from Roman armies. It's a group of people that travel together. Cohorts in this group means basically 5 generations of people in Framingham have been studied. They're on the 5th right now. In terms of what causes cardiovascular disease, that's where this whole concern about LDL came from and low HDL. And now there's a lot of stuff coming out about carbs. And just, again, more information about cardiovascular risk have come out of studies and databases associated with Framingham, Massachusetts, than any other place in the world. So there's a thing called the Framingham calculator, and doctors think they know the Framingham calculator, and it's the basic risk factors that they already know: the age, the gender, whether or not you smoke, whether or not you have high blood pressure. That's not all there is to Framingham. In fact, Framingham has been altered to do some things to say, look, you need to sit down with the patient and understand a lot more about their dietary habits and their approach to their lifestyle, which most doctors just don't do. So even though they think they're doing a Framingham, they're not doing a Framingham. So that's one of the reasons why I'd say, when you look at the 3 standard ways that the standard medical community looks at plaque, Framingham first, and then, hey, let's go get a stress test. And hey, you know what? We need to take you to the cath lab. That's bad juju. I mean, it's a bad triumvirate. You go down that far on that slope and you're very, very likely to end up getting a stent or even a bypass. And, stents might not be that dangerous. Bypasses might not be that dangerous, and all of those are true. I'm more concerned about people thinking I've been cured by my stent or my bypass than I am the dangers of having a stent or a bypass. The big difference between the outcomes on a CT angiogram and a cath lab angiogram is the dangers, the bad outcomes, the boo-boos that happen during the cath lab thing. Most commonly, those are leaking and bleeding from the groin, the femoral artery.